If you have a home service business, maybe a landscaping company, a roofing company, or an HVAC company, and you're not using a voice over IP phone solution, then this video is for you. A huge problem that we run into with a lot of home service businesses is that they're just taking the phone calls direct to their cell phone. But imagine a world where you could disable that and you could turn off notifications during certain hours. You could have multiple phone lines for different things. You could have that professional, "Thank you for calling XYZ Landscaping." Luckily for you, this video is going to go over everything that you need to know with the OpenPhone platform to actually do just that. I want to start this with a little bit of a forewarning and say that you might get a little bit jumpy about pricing. It's not super expensive, but for a lot of people, they don't want to pay for this because they already have it going to their phone, or they're not really sure what's going to happen if they have their cell phone number as their work phone right now. Well, guess what? All you gotta do is go ahead and port that over. You can transfer it right from your phone right to the OpenPhone system and start getting those calls on your direct line. If you are interested in any point in getting OpenPhone or signing up, go ahead and click that top link down in the description and it'll bring you right to where you need to go so you can actually get started a little bit easier. Let's jump on into the computer and take a look at their website and go over some of the different features, the pricing, and then we'll actually jump into the back end and I can show you what it can really do and some potential for future use. All right, so here we are on the OpenPhone website, and you can see that is the best phone system for teams, and I would agree that this is the best phone system. Now, I have seen multiple people who have thought that they're going to find a different option or find something that's better. Maybe you're looking at Google Voice, for example. I will be doing a future video comparing Google Voice to OpenPhone because I'm going to be honest, it is not even a comparable match. And once you see some of the features in this, if you're already using that, then you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about. So this right here on this page is the exact interface of what you can see. So we can go through this just real quick and I can just give you a brief overview. On the left side, you've got all your different things for your analytics. You can actually track where your calls are coming in, what's being answered, what's not. Really good if you have people working for you answering phones to actually track that. You can also record the calls, which obviously is beneficial. And then also in the top left corner, you have your actual user profile, because again, this is meant to be used for teams. So down in the bottom left, you can see all the different team members and what they do or where they are based off this, if they're on vacation or a meeting or something like that, which is really, really cool. You can put yourself to sleep on here. You can do all kinds of stuff so that you can actually work as a team and communicate privately internally, or maybe you're trying to work on a ticket or a sales call and you need some help and you can just pop in and ask a question. Now on the left side, you're gonna have your inboxes right here. You have your inbound, your clients, whatever these are your different phone numbers that are attached to your OpenPhone account. Now you might have an inbound sales call one, you might have a support one, you might have something that goes direct to you. It really depends on your situation, on what you need to set up, but you will have that over here on the left and it's super convenient. It's super easy to use. If you have an iPhone or any kind of phone, just a standard Android or anything like that, it's all going to be very, very similar and relatable, which is perfect for most people. So the cool thing is you will have calling and texting on here, so you're actually able to text your customers and text your clients, which also allows you to do automation. So as I said, I'll go over that towards the end, but you can integrate it with different integration platforms to actually automate different things, to send an automatic text or anything like that. But like I said, we'll dive deeper into this in a bit. Let's go through the different things that you can do on there and kind of what the real benefits are for a home service business. Popping through the different options here, you can get numbers for any use case. So obviously you can port your existing number over, or you can just buy new numbers, and they're pretty cheap and affordable, and you can just go ahead and add as many as you want if you want to add some different lines for specific things or specific people. As I said before, calls and texts all in one unified view, which just means in that one window you'll see the calls, the texts, voicemails, missed calls, anything that's automated in there, which really keeps it good to just kind of manage those clients and understand where they are in the process. And then you also have your contact details. Like I said, this can all get auto-filled as well. It can kind of work in relation to your CRM if you have one, and if you don't, it can actually just be a basic CRM platform to kind of have notes and information for those people, so when you do get a CRM, you can go ahead and transfer that out. And then of course, we are in 2024, so they do have AI integration, so that's integrated right into there. It'll summarize your calls. So if you have a call and say you're on the phone for like this 10 minutes with a client and it's just an introductory first call and you're not writing down any notes because you're driving, boom, it's going to summarize that call and put all the different points of what people suggest or what's going on or what they're looking for, so you can actually go back and refer to that, and it's all automated by AI, which is fantastic. And then again, like I was saying, you can share the number between multiple people. So if you do have like 2 or 3 people on your team, maybe you have an office manager, a sales manager, and you the owner, then you might want to have this so you can have everybody assigned to the specific phone number, and you can actually have inbound conversations based on a specific message. So if somebody sent you a message like this and you needed to respond to that, you could actually tag other people and you actually have a conversation, ask a question for your sales manager or whoever it was, which is really convenient. So you have that back-end communication directly on there with specific messages. And as I was saying with the automation, they have plenty of different integrations here. Again, we'll get into that at the end, but let's go ahead and jump over and look at the actual pricing of this so that you don't get scared away. Great thing, like I said, is if you do click that link at the top of the description, you can actually try OpenPhone risk-free for 7 days, which is great because you'll be able to understand if you want to use it or if it's not going to be the platform for you. Definitely recommend going in there and poking around and seeing how you like it. But these are the different payment plans. I mean, this is really not bad. I would say think about it in the way of how many leads are you going to be able to close, and also how many leads are you going to be able to close with automation or through text that you're not going to have to spend time doing call tag with them. And you can eliminate a lot of the back and forth. And this is actually the platform that we use for Service Genius. So if you're going to do the yearly plan, you're looking at about $15 per month per user. So if you do have a large team, it can get a little bit pricey, but if you have a large team, you should be bringing in enough money that you can expense that cost and overall look at the return that you're going to get by landing those new jobs and being able to communicate and just simplifying the process. I'd love to compare it to something like Amazon, where the process is so simple from start to finish. That's why it is such a successful company, because they remove a lot of those road barriers for you, and that's basically what OpenPhone can do for your business. So that's why I recommend it to almost every client that we work with, whether we're doing a marketing campaign for them or anything else. If they don't have a good phone system in place already, then this is a great option. If we switch over to the monthly option, it's $19 per user per month, which really, again, isn't too bad. It's very affordable for a small business. If you guys are just getting started, this can be definitely one of your first investments for sure. Now you can see down here, I'll let you guys dive into this a little bit more if you want to, but you can see that there's one phone number included per user. And if you want an additional phone number, $5 per month each. So you're probably going to start with one and have your main line there, and that'll be great. But you do have unlimited calling and unlimited texting. In my opinion, it's probably worth going with the business option, which is $33 per month if you're doing the monthly, or $23 if you do it in the yearly option. So $23 per month for a year is really not bad at all, and you get a ton of stuff with that, including call recording automatically. You have your business hours, all this good stuff, and actually adding that phone menu that we were talking about earlier, which will say, hey, press 1 for sales, press 2 for support, press 3 for George, or whatever you want it to do. You can also have it call holding and doing all kinds of stuff like transferring and ring orders, which basically means, hey, I'm priority number 1. If I'm not able to get to the phone and answer it, it's going to go ahead and go to person number 2. If they can't answer it, person 3, and it'll go through that ring order to make sure that somebody picks up. Now let's dive a little bit more into the platform and talk about some of the different features that it has besides all the things that I've talked about already, because like I said, they are above and beyond the best phone service there is. And I don't care what anyone says, like, I have not found another one that's better, whether it's more expensive or it's cheaper. There's just something about this platform that is so fluid, and I've seen a lot of businesses really transition and be able to use this very well, very effectively, and able to actually increase their revenue a ton just by utilizing this. Now, like I said, on the left side here, you can actually search through your conversations. You can see your previous activity with calls and all that. You have your contacts. Like I said, you can almost use it as a basic CRM here and have like lead status and different notes in there for different clients and customers, which is great. You also have your analytics. Like I said, you want to track that data. You should be tracking a ton of data, and we're going to go over that here on the channel shortly. If you haven't seen any videos previously about tracking data and what you need to track and why it's important, then you definitely want to stay tuned and click that subscribe button down below. Now let's take a look into a real OpenPhone account with just a basic conversation, just to show you a few of the things that you can really do that can benefit your business. Now, when you're trying to text somebody through this, there's a lot of things you do. So this is a snippet. So these little snippets that you create down here with this little button, or by using the /, those are different commands. You can use things called snippets. So a snippet is simply, you're going to say, every time somebody messages me, hey, I'm looking for a quote, or hey, whatever it is, you can actually just have a pre-made message in here that you basically, instead of having to copy and paste it from somewhere, it's already built in here, and you're just going to search for the snippet and paste it right in. So that can make your job a lot easier. Like I said, a big thing is going to be cutting down on your time, right? If you're spending 10 minutes to send a message or have a conversation, but you can cut that down to 3 minutes, 4 minutes, that's saving you 60% on doing the basic task that you can then spend on getting new clients, which you then can apply to this process. So we definitely want to make sure that we're doing this and that we're kind of optimizing everything. So you've got your snippets, and then of course you have GIFs. So This is one thing that I feel like really brings up the level of OpenPhone is you could actually have like realistic conversations with people and use GIFs if you wanted to. A lot of these platforms are super basic. If you've used Google Voice on your phone, it's awful. It looks super dated and old and simple, which, you know, maybe works for some people, but it's still not as effective in today's day and age. Now you also have an AI. So in here, you can actually have it generate responses. Hey there, how are you doing today? Like whatever. And based on what the conversation was saying, you can help with your conversations and help with your responses. Again, they're built to help you save time and be more effective, and that's exactly what they do. You also have the attach a file button, so you can attach something if you want, and then of course you got emojis. So all the standard emojis are in here that you can go ahead and send, so really make those personal conversations. So if we just typed in a message here and we said whatever we wanted to say, we can actually click this button over here to schedule the message, which as you can see, hotkeys for everything too. So if you have office managers that are really techie and they want to just click away and really just fly through stuff, this is really going to help them out. But you can schedule messages and say, hey, I want to send this message to the client to follow up tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. So boom, you would click that and then it can be sent. Or get this, if you want to schedule your message to be sent at a later date, unless they message first, or even if they message first, then you can have it send. So if you're waiting, you send a message to a client, hey, haven't heard from you, blah, blah, blah. Are you looking for this? Boom, you can schedule this to go 2 days at 10 a.m. unless they message first. Now that's huge because you obviously don't want to send them the text and then they respond and then you still have the same text go out to ask them again. So you definitely want to be on top of that, and look how easy they make it. So on the right side, we have our contact here, and you can write notes and kind of tag people or mention people that are on your team. You can send emojis, and then you can actually add different things in here. Like you want to add their address or the URL or specific tags maybe for their lead status. Now, as I said before, with all of the options, they make everything easy. Boom, we've got caller ID names, so you can actually go in here and personalize and set up your caller ID name. So you want it to be so when you reach out to people, when you're calling them, it pops up as your business name rather than popping up as just a random phone number, which they're probably going to ignore. This can really help you with that. You do have to verify your business, which you have to do anyways to text, but that's what's going on there. Now, before I head off this video, let's go ahead and jump into Zapier and talk about some of the integrations that we can actually use and what we can actually do to automate OpenPhone to make it a little bit more intuitive for our business. Now, if you don't know what Zapier is, it's a platform that essentially links up two different platforms. So say you had a CRM like HubSpot and you wanted to integrate it with OpenPhone, so when a new lead comes in on HubSpot, it's going to go ahead and get sent a text through OpenPhone or an automated voicemail or whatever it is. Then you want to set that up to be linked together. Normally you'd have to use something like an API key and webhooks and all that kind of stuff, but the great news is with Zapier, they make that easy and it's directly integrated basically by clicking some buttons. Now, if you want to see more videos on Zapier and kind of the integrations with OpenPhone, definitely leave some comments down below and I can go through some tutorials on how to set up some basic stuff. But it's really, really great to see what you can do through here. Here's a bunch of different options of what you could do. You could essentially create or update OpenPhone contacts for new Jobber clients. If you guys are using the Jobber CRM, which is definitely a good one, you can go ahead and directly integrate that. And this one's already pre-built for you. But then when we scroll down here, these are the supported triggers and actions. So a trigger is what's going to make it fire. So when this happens is going to be your trigger, and then your action is going to be the do this. So if we go ahead and take a look at some of the triggers, you can say when a call recording is completed, you could have that file sent as an email. You could have it sent somewhere specific, have it put into like a Google Drive, whatever you want to do on the other end, you can use that as a trigger to move that. You've got your outgoing message has been delivered. You have your outgoing call completed, incoming call completed, or incoming message received. So every time you get a new message, maybe you want it to ping to like a group chat of different people or whatever you want to do, just kind of weird stuff. You can figure it out, whatever works for your business. And then we have our actions here. So this is coming into OpenPhone. So the triggers are anything in OpenPhone that's going out to another platform. The actions are going to be going from another platform into the OpenPhone platform. So say you have a new contact on HubSpot and you wanted to create that contact and send a message. Those are the two that you're able to do on the inbound. Now, I really hope that you guys got some insight out of this. And like I said, we use this for almost every single home service business or recommend it to them. Even agencies that we work with and partner with, we kind of just see what they're working with, and definitely recommend OpenPhone. We've seen it completely change and develop organizations with this, and they're using it completely internally now, and it's improved their processes. So definitely check it out. The top link in the description. Like I said, they have a 7-day free trial, so you might as well go ahead and check it out. But like I said, I think you're going to fall in love with it, especially if you're using one of those other methods like your standard iPhone through T-Mobile, or maybe if you're using something like Google Voice. Definitely go ahead and check it out and get started. Let me know in the comments what your experience is with OpenPhone and if you like it or not, and I will catch you guys in the next video.